class edge, and we had a little discussion about it. I told the summary or the basic idea, the central idea of the poem, what is it about, and we have understood the way it has been written, because some stanzas are clearly written, openly written, and some stanzas are written in brackets. So, if I'm not wrong, I have discussed this thing that day. So, right, have we discussed all this?
Yes, sir.
Some
Yes,
one
sir.
student,
Yes, sir.
some one student can respond. I will give this responsibility of responding to my questions to, who should I give this responsibility to?
Sneha.
No. Sneha has another responsibility of reminding me to take
Harshit.
attendance. Harshit Jain, okay. So to my questions, to my general questions, Harshit will respond, and to all questions based on the lesson, anybody can answer, whoever wants to. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So Harshit, we have already discussed the introductory part, the structure of the poem, the rhyming scheme of the poem, and
Yes, sir.
perhaps student asked about rhyming scheme also. You know, how some three words somebody asked that day at last. How are those three words rhyming? And then we had a discussion about that also. So this
Yes, sir.
means we are to move ahead with the explanation of rest of the poem, or rather whole poem. Okay. So to begin with that, I'm expecting you all to keep your textbooks open, and let me share something here. Let me share a PowerPoint here, PowerPoint presentation. Before that, I'll share a Word file. Not needed. First, I'll share a PowerPoint presentation, so we'll have a quick look of everything. Then we'll
Yes,
move
sir.
forward. Okay. So if everything is visible, Harshit will let me know that it is clearly visible. If there is any problem, Harshit will tell me. Harshit, what can you see?
Sir, the presenting a screen shared by you. Sir,
Is
word
there a
slide.
slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the first slide, and on this first slide we have very first stanza. Is it the first stanza? I would
Yes,
want Vasava to read first stanza.
In this stanza, the poet says that Amanda is getting instructed. Most probably,
Read stanza. Read stanza only, means first four lines.
okay, sir. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't hurt your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and
Hunch your shoulders.
hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda.
Good. I told a story that day about one boy. What was the?
Kartike, don't.
yes, sir. Kartikeya don't.
Yes, it's Karthikeya. I gave this name, Karthikeya. And then I said Karthikeya don't, because elders have a habit of constantly asking us not to do something. And the imperative word that is used for asking us not to do something is don't. See, the very first word of the very first line of this poem is don't. So the instruction of elders begin with don't mostly. Okay. The same thing is happening here also. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Have you heard this statement said by any of your elders? Do they keep on saying this thing? Don't bite your nails. If you have a habit of biting your nails,
Yes, sir.
some such habit.
Yes.
The second statement is don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Hunch your shoulders. We have a habit
Sir, your voice is not clear.
using a wrong. My voice is not clear. Is it clear now? Is it audible now to
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
others?
sir.
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
Yes.
Is,
Yes.
is it clear to others?
Very clear.
Okay, okay, fine. And if anybody has left their mics open, please turn off your mics, mute yourselves, except for Harshit. And others, when they want to speak, they can unmute. So don't hunch your shoulders means we have a habit of sitting using a wrong posture, bending our shoulders forward, okay, which is an incorrect posture. Sometimes
Hmm.
elders say, they say that sit properly, sit straight, don't sit like this. So this was the another instruction given by her mother or some of the elder members of her family to her. Then the third statement made is stop that slouching and sit up straight. Acha, hunch is just showing an indifferent attitude, not listening and just pulling them and not paying attention. And slouching is bending it forward. So her mother is asking her to sit straight. And every time the statement closes with Amanda.
Hmm.
So she is constantly telling this, and this is a repetition, isn't it? Amanda
Yes, sir.
once said is enough. Do I need to say, don't bite your nails, Vasava, don't haunch your shoulders, Vasava, stop that slouching and sit up straight, Vasava? Do I need to tell his name every time? It's not required. He knows I'm talking to him if he is the only person in right in front of me. So there's no need of repeating this constantly, but it has been repeated. Why? It has been repeated just to emphasize that yes, I'm talking to you and you're not paying attention to me, you're not listening actually seriously to me, and that's why I'm constantly telling your name. Beta, mics are on, some mics are on.
Sir, Harshit का ही आ रहा है.
सर वो
सिर्फ
हर्षित के यहाँ
हर्षित
पे नॉइज आता है.
तो हर्षित के बाहर, घर के बाहर काफी नॉइस है मुझे लगता है, व्हीकल्स एंड ऑल.
यस सर.
तो बेटा अभी म्यूट कर ले. When you speak, unmute it and then once again mute.
Yes, sir.
Got it? So this is repetition. Repetition is also a poetic device to emphasize. But when somebody is saying something to you and constantly repeating your name, does it annoy you? It becomes little annoying, isn't it? Now, what is the explanation of this stanza? In this stanza, the poet says that Amanda is getting instructed, most probably by her parents, for biting nails and sitting lazily with her shoulders bent. The tone of instructions here is not a friendly one and thus fails to make any sense to Amanda. Statement fails to make any sense to Amanda means Amanda is actually not paying a heed, not paying attention to it because this doesn't sound very friendly to her. The poet here focuses on the aspects related to the upbringing of a child, especially a girl child, and how parents go to any limit to bring proper sense to their child. Amanda is thus getting trained for the society she is a part of. The pressure of making oneself presentable to the society triumphs over every other behavior and manners. The last phrase, a word Amanda, is used with an exclamation mark. Have we noticed? Yes, exclamation mark is there, which shows the irritation and frustration of the parent. So parent also is very frustrated when saying all this. And why is the parent saying this to a girl child? Because there are many behavioral codes for girls that they should sit like this, they should speak like this, they should behave like this, they should not behave like this, all that. And it is a general practice in society. So the same thing is being done by her parent with her. I hope this first stanza is very clear to everyone. Now the next one. Anushka, read it.
There is a language emerald sea where the where the sole inhabitant is me, a mermaid, drifting blissfully.
Is she audible to others?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No,
Okay,
sir.
fine.
No,
Leave it,
sir.
beta. Anushka, you leave it. I'll ask somebody else to read. There may be some problem. Okay. When your problem is rectified, then I'll ask you to read again. So, who should I ask? Mhm. Is that boy there? What is his name? Sharma, Sharma. Anjan Sharma. Is he there? He isn't.
His name is there.
His name is there, but he isn't. है ना?
Yes, sir.
His name is there. Beta, all of you, please turn your videos on. I would like to see everyone. Turning your videos off and getting away from here is not fair. If you are actually there, there is no problem in turning your videos on. Everyone. Everyone. Still, everyone has not turned the video on. Meanwhile, I'm taking attendance. By the time you're turning your videos on, okay, done. Anjan Sharma, I can see this, but neither your video is turned on nor you're responding. Now, what is his name? Kartik Sharma. Kartik Sharma, speak to me.
Present, sir.
So why is your video off?
Sir, it is
I'm constantly asking you to turn it on, na beta. Now keep it on. Keep it on. अभी कौन बचा? विशेष क्या? What is this name? हाँ, विशेष. Vishesh, turn your video on. Good. Now who is remaining? Sachin. Sachin Kumar. Sachin Kumar, where are you?
सर वो
Okay,
बोल रहा है
Sachin
उसका
Kumar
वीडियो
है.
ऑन है.
Yes, yes. उसका वीडियो ऑन है, but you're not visible. Yes, now he is visible. Okay. So fine, Sachin is visible. Now there are few. Shivjit is not visible, and Tanya Gupta is not visible. Vedika Sahu is not visible. Shubham. Shubham Bhargav.
So my camera is on.
Your camera is on. Can anyone see Shubham Bhargav?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But he is not visible to me. For me, only S is visible.
So I don't know.
No, sir.
Shall I share my
Shubham is
screen? Now
visible.
you are visible. Now Shubham, now he is visible to me also. I'll share my screen and show everyone who is visible and who is not.
From SD.
Now Anjali Sharma is back. कहाँ गए थे महाराज? अंजन शर्मा?
Yes, sir.
कहाँ थे आप?
Sir, यहीं था क्लास में.
नहीं थे. For last 5 minutes, I have been constantly calling your name, and this is the reason why I asked everybody to turn the videos on. And we have been doing this exercise for past 5 minutes. So now, I want all videos on every time. Is that clear to everyone? If you
Yes, sir.
Yes,
please
sir.
show me your thumbs.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
If this is clear.
Yes, sir.
No, don't say yes. Don't say yes. Just show me your. Shramit, this is not your thumb. These are your fingers. Okay. So coming back to
का
the slide that was presented. Where has that slide gone? Is my slide there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now not there. Now
Yes.
not there. Okay, I'm presenting it again. Harshit, is the slide there?
Yes, sir.
Now Anjan, read it.
It is quite interesting that the above lines are given within brackets. Brackets
Read
are
the three
used.
lines of poem first, beta. Read these lines first. There is a languid emerald sea. Start reading from here.
There is a languid emerald sea inhab- where the
Soul,
inhabitant is
soul.
where is solo inhabitant is me, a mermaid drifting blissfully.
Wait a minute, beta. Just a minute. Have you attended the class through a mobile phone?
Yes, no, sir.
Are you on the desktop?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Then continue reading. I thought you are having problem in reading because of small screen. Then I would have asked somebody else. But because you are on desktop, then you can read. Continue reading.
It is quite interesting that the above lines are given within brackets. Brackets are used to provide more meaning to the phrases. In this stanza, the poet uses it brackets to present the imagination of the little girl to through flow of pure thoughts. Amanda uses her imagination as an escape point from day
Escape.
to day commands of her parents. She feels
She feels
suffocation
suffocated in the
in
real
the
world
real
and thus
world
finds. Okay, leave it, beta. I'm reading. I'm
and
reading. Leave it.
thus
Leave it. I'll read. She feels suffocated in the real world and thus finds peace in her very own created world where there are no restraints. See, she feels suffocated in the real world. How is Amanda feeling? This can be a question. You should note this point. How is she feeling? She is feeling suffocated in the real world, and that is why she creates a world for herself. And what kind of world is that? An imaginary world where there are no restrictions, where there are no restraints, where she is not stopped from doing anything or living the way she wants to. This is the reason why she creates a world of imagination. Okay, so it's an important statement. She feels suffocated in the real world and thus finds peace in her very own created world where there are no restraints and no restrictions. Amanda is lost in a world of her own, away from the disorders and principles of the society. Disorders and principles of the society. This is something that annoys her very much. She has to follow those principles, she has to follow those codes of behavior, and she is fed up of all that. She is fed up of constant instructions by her parents. She imagines herself to be a joyful mermaid sailing without any confines alongside soft waves of the green sea. This world of Amanda is free and contained in itself, and her happiness doesn't require any other human being. She is more happy when alone. She is more happy when solitary. She doesn't want to be in the company of others. Many a times we have this feeling that let me be away from everybody. Let me be all alone by myself and with myself. It is important to note that Amanda, not requiring her father or mother, points that she is being tortured by both of them. Her life is not going the way she wants, and there is no one to support her. For a child, mermaid is a symbol of freedom and wonder. Remember this statement also. For a child, mermaid is a symbol of freedom and wonder. Another meaning that is attached with mermaid is that they don't wish to be disturbed as they live in their own environments. In their own environments means in their own environment, and would do anything to be like that. For this reason, Amanda is a mermaid. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay. Now next.
sir.
Chal Shramit, read it.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Hanji.
Sir, can you please send this PPT to our WhatsApp group?
Definitely I will.
Thank you, sir.
Definitely, definitely. Don't worry. I'll send it. Yes, Shamit,
Sir,
read this.
Yes, sir. Did you finish your
sir,
Yes.
sir, what is the meaning of languid?
Relaxed.
Shamit has already told. Good, beta.
Thank you, sir.
Hmm.
Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you to clean your shoes. In this stanza, the
Sir, tell me
poet
one
says
thing.
that.
Wait. Shamit, wait.
Yes, sir.
I will ask you to read this question also, but I have a question to everyone. Are these three questions asked to everyone? Almost.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, what are your answers? What are your answers? Okay, okay. Now, tell me what are your answers? When this is asked, did you finish your homework? Do you finish your homework in time?
Never. सर मैं तो कभी नहीं
It's
करती
hard to say
हूँ।
yes.
सर जैसे एग्जाम आती है वैसे पूरा होते जाता है.
Acha. Now, second thing, did you tidy your room, Amanda? Now, answer to this question. How many of you tidy your own rooms? Is there anyone who जो नहीं करते प्लीज कीप क्वाइट. जो नहीं करते हैं प्लीज कीप क्वाइट. जो करते हैं लेट मी नो. Is there anyone who cleans his own room or her own?
Yes, sir.
सर once in a blue moon.
सर थोड़ी बहुत कहानी सुनने के बाद
हाँ सर सर once in a blue moon.
कई
सर
बार
इनडायरेक्टली जब थोड़ा बहुत सुनने मिल जाता है उसके बाद
ताने के बाद
Yes, sir.
या बताने के बाद?
सर पहले भी हो जाता है कभी कभी जब ज्यादा
बताने
गंदा
से भी हो
लगता
जाता है, बल्कि ताने से ज्यादा होता है. ओके, नाउ थर्ड
सर
क्वेश्चन.
कभी कभी मूड होता है कभी.
अच्छा, थर्ड क्वेश्चन. I thought I told you to clean your shoes. Do you clean your own shoes? Or for that also you depend on others?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, washing machine.
यस सर सर जब कहीं
Yes,
जाना होता है
sir.
तब
Okay,
हाँ सर वही. Yes sir.
fine.
Occasions पे.
Chal Shamit,
Yes,
start
sir.
reading.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
In this stanza, the poet says that Amanda is now being asked about whether she has finished her homework or tied up her room, and also whether she has cleaned her shoes. This set of instruction marks a shift from the instruction given in the first stanza. Now Amanda is being coached about the
Coached.
things that are related to our surroundings. The pattern of instruction explains that how every aspect of our life is related, questioning and proper guidance. She is being disciplined for every little things, making her lose every aspect of hers. Her innocence is eventually getting lost with the passage of time. The way these instructions are delivered point out the regular nature of these lessons. Her name being called again and again with an exclamation mark shows that the parents seem to be losing their cool and are troubled. They are helpless in bringing correct sense to this girl as she is not paying properly heeds to the instruction given by them.
In the beginning only I said that she is not paying a heed to whatever is being instructed. So to these instructions, she is not paying any attention. Okay. Now who will read this?
Sir, मैं.
Sir, मैं.
मैं का नाम?
सर मैं
सर साक्षी
Harshit.
साक्षी.
सर एक
Sakshi.
I am an orphan roaming the street. I pattern salt dust with my hushed bare feet. The silence is golden, the freedom is sweet. In this stanza, the poet says that Amanda is again lost into her own world. After getting a fresh list of instructions from her parents, she wishes to be away from
From this daily
this
routine.
daily routine life. The very first find is awfully
First line is
This very first line is awfully depressing, where Amanda hopes to be an orphan, suggesting how much depressed she is because of her parents. This is indeed.
See, wait. See, this line should be highlighted because the very first line says, I'm an orphan roaming the street. Where does her imagination take her to? To the state of being an orphan means not having parents in her life. How depressed she would be when she thought like this. The very first line is awfully depressing, where Amanda hopes to be an orphan, suggesting how much depressed she is because of her parents. That's really very unfair on her part to think so or to imagine so, but she is thinking so. Why? Only because she is quite too depressed because of that constant nagging. That's why she thinks like this. Yes, beta.
This is indeed a very sorry place for a children to be in. Parents should be very careful in making their kids understand the ways of the world. While doing so, they should respect their child's awareness about the things around them. Amanda perceives herself as an orphan roaming on the streets, moving aimlessly, without any purpose. She seems happy as she draws pattern using her bare feet. Pattering of dust by Amanda is important here as it brings order to the carefree worlds of hers. The shouting and yelling of her parents are too harsh for her to bear that she desires for this calmness.
Okay, beta. We can read one more stanza. We have. Yes. Now, who's reading this?
Sir, me, Charu.
Okay.
Sir, may I?
I allowed one person. Yes, start reading.
Sir, who? Don't eat the chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Will you please look at me when I'm speaking to you, Amanda? In this stanza, the poet says that the set of instruction provided here indicates how much essential it is for Amanda to understand the value of external beauty, and steps to be taken to preserve it start from a very tender age. Amanda is stopped by her parents from eating a chocolate as previously that had caused her acne. Here we see how a child is made conscious of a natural experience such as acne. However, Amanda is still lost in her own thoughts and doesn't care enough to look up to her scolding parents. This carelessness further angers the parents and they ask for her attention when she is being scolded. The role of appearance in the society is given more significance than the basic values and creativity.
Read last two lines again. The role of appearance.
The role of appearance in the society is given more significance than the basic values and creativity.
Do you agree with this line, children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you agree with this line that yes, the attitude of society is like this, or do you really agree that appearance is more important than basic values and creativity? What do you agree with?
So basic value and creativity is more
The basic
important than appearance.
So you do not agree with this statement, but you agree that the society believes like this.
Yes, sir.
है ना?
हाँ.
But you yourselves don't believe or agree with the statement that the role of appearance is more significant. Appearance has
Yes, sir.
nothing to do with person's character. A person may look very good, but looks are not everything, isn't it? Okay. Now, is Jatin there? Jatin, are you there? He's not there.
He's
Okay.
sir. Yes,
There.
sir.
Hmm?
He's
Yes, sir.
there.
What?
He's there.
Are you there, Jatin?
Sir, he's speaking. Yes, sir.
He's speaking. Okay, Jatin, read it. Do you have any problem, beta?
No, sir.
I'll ask somebody else to read.
I am
Okay, leave it.
Rapunzel.
Okay, leave it. Beta. Huh. Wait.
Sir, the slide.
What happened? हाँ बेटा. Start reading. I am Rapunzel.
I am Rapunzel. I have not a care. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. I will certainly never let down my bright hair. In this stanza, the poet says that Amanda is still lost in her own dreams. She pictures herself to be the long golden haired Rapunzel who lived in a castle and had no care about anything. Amanda imagines that the life of Rapunzel must have been very peaceful and fantastic in the tower, but she wishes to evade the fate that was met out to Rapunzel as she is unwilling to let her hair hair down. Amanda doesn't want her peace to be disturbed anyhow. She seeks she seeks a life which is away from any other human form. We can see here how the presence of her parents and their inhuman behavior had made her against any human connection. In this story, Rapunzel, it it is because of a prince that Rapunzel is able to understand and receive happiness, but Amanda doesn't require any prince, even though she is totally unaware about the feelings of love. The terrific effect of her parents' teaching on Amanda can be seen pretty apparently. Hence, she wanted to live by herself as the presence of another being in her life would require her to act in a certain way. Amanda wanted to live free and happy.
See, that day also we had a discussion. Rapunzel's story says that she was captivated, imprisoned by a witch in a tall tower, and from there she was rescued by a prince. Now, when she says that she wants to be Rapunzel, there is only one reason that she wants to be away from everybody. It is not like that Rapunzel was rescued and she had a prince in her life who shows the world to her and all. She is not expecting all this. She doesn't want this second part of the story. She wants only the first part of the story, that she wants to be away from everyone. And how do we know this? In the third line, it is said, I'll certainly never let down my bright hair. Means I will never drop my hair down to pull the prince up to my tower. Even that prince will not be allowed by her. She is so frustrated by the company. Why does she not want anybody in her life? Because again, there will be rules. Again, there will be some principles. Again, there will be some instructions. And she will have to share the feelings of others also. And she wants to live all with her own feelings. This is the reason why she doesn't want anyone. Now, the last stanza. Quickly, let us finish it. Shubham Bhargav.
Sir, may I read?
Yes, sir.
भार्गव से पहले किसी और ने पूछा है. Who is that?
Sir, Eklavya.
Eklavya.
Eklavya. No, Eklavya is many a times doing this.
Okay, sir.
Leave it, Eklavya. Shubham, start reading.
Yes, sir. Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You are always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would like that I nagged at you, Amanda. In this stanza, the poet says that the parents keep instructing Amanda on the do's and do nots, but Amanda remains lost in her own dreams. The parents believe that Amanda is not reacting because she is annoyed. Amanda's behavior has made her parents look bad and they are worried about their image. They are concerned about how society will perceive them if their child always remains in a fall mood. They want to prove themselves as responsible parents who manages to balance out what the child wants and what the society expects out of Amanda. However, they have already failed in their efforts.
Okay. Now, I've made one more slide. These are the poetic devices used in this poem. We have discussed. Yesterday, we had a discussion about metaphorical expressions somewhere in the poem. We had a discussion about allusion. Somebody said, no, I asked this allusion in 11th class yesterday, not in your class. Okay. So these are the poetic devices used in the poem. Metaphor. Why? You can see in the poem, Amanda imagines herself as mermaid and Rapunzel. She considers herself to be mermaid. She considers herself to be
सर वो
Rapunzel.
तो एल्यूजन में आएगा ना.
नहीं. Reference है. Reference to the story is allusion. but because she is comparing herself with somebody, then this is metaphor also. You are right. You are exactly right that she is connecting or referring to some other stories, then it is allusion also. Okay. So for the same statement, there are two poetic devices, metaphor also and allusion also. So because I have written it in the form of poetic devices, so first is metaphor and the explanation is this. Again, in allusion also we can mention the same thing. Got it?
Yes, sir.
See, I've kept the same thing here also. Read in the allusion. Amanda imagines herself to be mythological characters like Mermaid and Rapunzel. Same thing has been written here also. So in that sense, that some other story has been referred to, it is allusion. And because she is comparing herself to some other character, some other person, then it is metaphor also. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Sneha? Okay. Then there is repetition. We have seen repetition also. We have discussed also. And then alliteration. Repetition of sound of S in a line. Stop, slouching, sit, straight. You, your. So the first sound in of these words in one line is being repeated. Okay, so this is alliteration also. So there are 4 poetic devices that have been used and that are explained here. As somebody said, I'm sharing this PowerPoint presentation with you. I'll share this also for your reference. There's one more thing that could be shared. And where is that? This thing. Is this visible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
There is a word file.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just scrolling it up so that you can see what all is there in these notes. This is little introduction. The poem Amanda is about a small child whose parents are forever nagging her about what to do and what not to do. This frequent interference makes her very unhappy. It seems as if she is not free to do anything that she wants to do. She wants freedom from all restrictions. She dreams to lead a life of a mermaid and in a languid emerald sea, with her being the only inhabitant there. She feels that an orphan has more freedom than her. She also wished to lead a calm and quiet life in a tower like that of Rapunzel with nobody to disturb her. Then few points to remember, and then explanation again. Oh, I missed to type S here. Okay. So again, and as someone was asking for the word meanings are also there, and then explanation is also there. The explanation written here is different from the explanation. Different means the statements or the words are different. It means the same. Okay, so this complete explanation along with word meanings, it is there. Can you see? Then poetic devices also.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then reference to context kind of questions based on stanzas. Okay. This kind of questions along with their answers are there. Then so many more things. Then some short answer type questions with their answers. Then some long answer type questions with their answers. So this all I'm going to share with you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Today I'll share only PPT of what we have just seen. Got it?
Yes, sir.
I'll share this PPT only, not the word file. And then after some time, when you do the questions by yourselves, because if I share these answers with you right now, then you're not going to try by yourselves. Okay. So first, I'll share only PPT right now. And after a day or two, I'll send the question and answers also and the rest of the explanation. Got it? Any question, any doubt out of this?
Yes, sir.
It is already 49 past 2. Okay.
Sir,
If there is no question, then Sairam, you can start leaving.
Thank you, sir. Sairam, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Sairam sir.
This is class
Sir,
10th.
Priyanshi is asking something.
सर प्रियांशी कुछ बोल रही है
Yes, beta Priyanshi, bolo.
की आवाज ही
बोलो,
दब
बोलो.
गई.
Sir, there was a line that her innocence is being lost with time, the passage of time. So how her innocence is being lost?
See, every child is expected to be innocent. They are actually innocent. Innocent means, how will you define innocence? How will you define innocence? What do you mean by that?
सर मासूमियत मतलब बहुत मासूम होते हैं बहुत
Okay, fine, huh?
simple होते हैं.
Yes. What do you mean? What do you mean by being masoom?
Not being guilty.
Very simple. Very simple. Very simple.
सर मीन्स उन्हें ना गुस्सा आता हो मीन्स नॉर्मल
Whatever you tell them, they yes. They believe whatever you tell them. You say the things are like this, you say the world is like this, they agree. If you tell something else, they agree. They never doubt you. Isn't it? They never doubt you. Whatever is told, that is what we mean by innocence. Now, in Amanda's case, she is not trusting in everything that her mother is telling her. Why? Because she's fed up. She's fed up. She's annoyed. Have you got it, Priyanshi?
Thank you, sir.
I have already shared the PPT on 10th A group. Now I'm sharing it on 10th B group. Sairam, start leaving. I'll leave at last.
Sairam sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sairam sir.
Sairam sir.
I have already
Thank you,
shared it
sir.
on 10th A.